Alright, good morning. Welcome to day 20. Yes, day 20. Yesterday was dog day. It's been a little bit since I last recorded. The uploading takes a while. And we went to plant the goldenrod and we didn't have a chance. We need to plant the corn. We've been scavenging the last few days, and I think I spoke about today doing a bit more base building stuff for a bit of a change in pace. I'm looking for that farm we started. That is empty, yeah. Funny story, I was thinking about what I wanted to do next briefly, and it's like, you know, the main annoyance is that I don't have a wrench or a claw hammer yet. And I was going to go over the whole math about how, while they're nice to have, they don't actually save as much overall time as people seem to think they do. And then, well, we have a wrench. So that seems a bit less impactful, shall we say. Unlike the shotgun shells! Am I doing it right? Those are very impactful. I think there's a song that goes something along the lines of they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. That was written about us and what we're going to do today. Though, we'll output this quickly. Sand did not go there. No, we're perfectly fine on sand. We have plenty of sand. I was wondering if we would have enough sand. We're going to want the concrete mix, and we're also going to need lots of rebar frames. I don't know if we have any. We do have rebar frames. And I need to grab the medical supplies I stashed last time. However, I put those someplace. This is the problem with long gaps between recordings. You don't remember what you did with stuff. In the meantime, we'll just grab some generic medical supplies. Good enough. Do I not have a shovel assembled? I'm waiting for that cement mix to output up top anyway, so I'm not too concerned. Perhaps not. Maybe just grabbed the last shovel. And I bet you all are thinking, you idiot, you put it at a blank spot last time. Why can't you remember it, you dolt? Fare thee well, Screamer Chick. Okay, we're not gonna wait quite that long. We'll output the rest of So, we are indeed destroying all of these spikes. I'm very tempted to put steel up there, though. At those corners. So... then we dig. And that may wind up actually being too deep over there, I'm not quite sure. We shall see. Also, we'll need some more lumber. Fourth tries the charm, as they say. You can use frames to flatten the ground, which I may do if I'm unsure. On the flip side, it's probably just faster and easier to accidentally dig occasionally a layer too deep, and then just fill it with individual blocks, or three. Three being is if you accidentally mess up gauging the depth, 3 times. We also have an airdrop incoming in an hour and a half. gonna have to shave that down a little bit, it looks like. So why are we doing this, you might ask? One, to lay the groundwork for some future stuff I'm planning on as we get past the really basic initial stuff. Two, because I don't want the cops and other zombie issues tearing up the terrain. You've already seen how they can get stuck on it at weird times. Oh man, we're still overheating even with that. How interesting. Airdrop soon. Wait, no, wow, I am completely wildly off the mark. That was yesterday that we had the airdrop. You've probably been wondering what in the world I'm going on about. I don't know, is the simple answer. I don't know nothing. We still may have a Wandering Horde 3. So we've gone 7 out over there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out over here. I mean, hey, we get construction tool XP from this, right? We are nearly out of wood, though, down to 32 more frames. These things are just going to have to go. You know what? Terminate with extreme prejudice doesn't even come close to what we're going to do with these 4 rocks. what would you call that? Just rock slide? Timber doesn't really seem appropriate. I'd say timber for a tree falling, not a boulder falling. Avalanche? I don't like you either. Too many problems with zombies getting trapped on one side of these rocks and just taking the time to try to dig through them or something. Not gonna deal with it. Much better now. I like this a lot more. And yes, you could harvest the dirt and use that to fill in the damaged blocks and all that, but, you know, why not just get it over with, basically? You know? Basically, it's the whole, if it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. If we're going to be replacing blocks and filling in spots, let's just make it out of concrete in the first place, shall we? Which we do have stashed away, but we also have this entire forest just ready to be chopped down. ought to hold us for a bit. It's also becoming incredibly obvious we are not going to finish this whole thing today. So, we are going to focus on the innermost layer of 3, so we can reset up some spikes to deal with screamers during the night. If I did my math correctly, it should be 3 out, all directions around the fort. I don't even know if we'll have enough rebar frames right now. We might need to go output some more. We shall see. Looks like we'll squeak by with an extra 14. That's been a new issue in Alpha 14. Like, sometimes you can't target it for some reason. I don't know why. Does not seem to be as much of a rhyme or reason to it as I would like. Why can't I... whatever. Honestly considering, by the way, making a ladder with a gap instead of a ramp up. I'm trying to decide how I want to deal with that. I've grown more fond of ladders since I realized the hay bale trick and some other stuff. Where were we? Did we have any more actual wood log spikes prepared? There's the ones in the furnace, the forges, which is probably what we're going to have to use. lots of iron. These are a lot sturdier than the wood logs, the wood spikes. They do less damage per second, and they're a lot more expensive. But during a horde onslaught, the inner ring being composed of these is a solid idea. Especially since we'll be dealing with the feral zombies, feral walkers. Cheap spikes around that. Frames. Let's output a few real fast. Worry about making more later on. We'll need more, but probably don't need quite that many. There's the flattening effect I was talking about. is, can we manage to get the cheap spikes up before night fully hits or not? You'll notice that I'm leaving a gap here. Honestly, I want to leave more than just a one gap. I want to leave a two gap, but for right now I'm going to just leave a one gap. Probably destroy the inner gap later on. The gap is so that you're able to actually walk between them. A one gap, though, is a bit risky if you are a new player. So I would, if in doubt, leave a two gap, so you don't risk accidentally killing yourself on your own spikes. Which is one of the reasons we're extending this so far out, because the goal is to have the inner two rows there, then a two gap, then another like three-ish, maybe even possibly even 4 rows of spikes. That ought to do it for now. Let's fire it up. Huh, red tea removes burning? Does goldenrod tea do that? I'm not sure. The bottled water does remove burning? Is that new? Because I remember like being on fire and not being able to drink because quote-unquote you are not thirsty. So maybe you can't be at full thirst if you're on fire and trying to... What? Whatever. Okay, did we not have any ladder sections pre-built? There we go. And we were just throwing sand there. Stone here. Iron here. And probably grab another stack of wood to be safe. Put on our mining helmet. Have a little tailoring going in the background as we work. We're actually going to need hay bales. Though, probably only 3, right? Really could get by with 2, but I think we'll do 3 to be safe. Then we'll get some tailoring going. To the tunnel! We still have vast untapped treasures over here. You can just see how far the vein extends. quite lucrative. I think this is basically where we stopped. You can see how far we are away from the base. How much did we mine out over here? Not that much. Okay. I think the plant fiber pants are already better, and that's just kind of sad. I don't care enough about one cloth fragment right now. Another vein, another vein, another vein, or really probably all the part of the same vein there. Another vein. Another vein. Another vein. Here's where we stopped. So we're close, aren't we? And probably to something like... Maybe I will flat out come up like in the middle of the road there. That's awfully tempting. So we have to go about another... Is that correct? Another 50 meters east, okay. So I'm way over-eager, I guess, thinking I'm a lot closer than I was. Still have another 100 swings to go. Ish. Got another 60 swings. looks like that should be okay. About 50 meters to go south. Okay, so we have a bit to go there too. And then about 50 meters up, I guess, right? It almost feels like we're the X-Wing pilot in Star Wars, the original New Hope. Almost there. Get it? Because it's a trench run. I'll just shut myself out the door. That looks like that should work. We'll go one more. Now we need our hay bales to go like that. Put a wood frame there, which of course means that we have to be able to get up here. And this should all actually be back one. Is this section. leave the gap at the bottom, remember? And we start our ascent. We are ready to duck and move if we happen to have some gravel falling on our heads. That's another very important part here. Don't get killed by gravel. What? Oh, good. It's just that glitch again. Thus ends day 20 on day 21.